Hello and welcome to my channel. I am Augustine. Please, if you are new here, kindly subscribe to my channel, or if you've been watching my videos but you've not subscribed to my channel, please kindly do so and I'll appreciate that. Before we start today's lesson, kindly donate into my mobile money accounts. My name is Augustine. I want to buy a microphone and a new camera to produce quality videos. The amount that I was looking for was $1,200, which is equivalent to $211, but I've gotten 240 Ghana cedis. So it has left with 960 Ghana cedis, which is equivalent to $169. So your 10 Ghana cedis, your 5 Ghana cedis, your 2 Ghana cedis, your $1, $2, $5 will help me to buy these items to produce quality videos. Thanks to Elder Calvin Samuel Donko and Benjamin Bafo Ewa for their donation. Now let us move on. Today we'll be looking at how to use the chain rule, the product rule, and the quotient rule to solve algebraic functions, or to differentiate, not to solve rather, but to differentiate algebraic functions. We may employ at least 2 of these rules to differentiate algebraic functions in this lesson. So let's take the first example. If I have y equal to cube root of x times x plus 3 to the power 7, how do I differentiate this? In the first place, you see that this term is multiplying this term. So, do I have to expand this one? No. I can use chain rule to differentiate this. And I can differentiate this one very simple. Then after that, I'll multiply this by that. So, it means I'm going to use product rule. So, here, we will let u equal to x to the power 1 out of 3. That is cube root of x is this. The derivative of u with respect to x is equal to 1/3 x to the power negative 2 on 3. And if we let this to be equal to v, we are going to have x plus 3 to the power 7. The derivative of v with respect to x is equal to, if you have not watched my video on shortcuts for the derivative of shortcuts for using chain rule, check the description for that. So this one, the shortcut 7 will come in front. So 7. We differentiate what is inside here. If we differentiate, we are going to get 1. That is, if we differentiate x, you get 1. If we differentiate 3, you get 0. Then you multiply it by the original function, the inner one. So it is x plus 3. Then you subtract 1 from the 7 to get 6. So we are going to have 7 times x plus 3 to the power 6. So here, the derivative of y with respect to x, we are going to employ the product rule. Will be v du on dx plus u dv on dx. And this will give us x plus 3 to the power 7 times 1 half of 3 x to the power negative 2 on 3 plus x to the power 1 out of 3 times 7, okay, let's mark it, times 7 into bracket x plus 3 to the power 6. Wow. So here what do? We have x plus 3 to the power 7, x plus 3 to the power 6. So you bring x plus 3 to the power 6 out. Wow. Here we have x to the power 1 out of 3, x to the power minus 2 out of 3. So you bring x to the power minus 2 out of 3 out. And here let's see. Here, power 7 is here and we have power 6. So it has left with x plus 3. And here we have 1 out of 3 here, so times 1 out of 3. So let me put this in brackets. And the x to the power negative 2 on 3 is out. Plus 7. X to the power, x plus 3 to the power 6 is what we have here. Now you have x to the power 1 out of 3. And you've brought negative 2 out of 3. So what will remain? It will remain x. Why? 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 The reason being that if I have negative 2 on 3 plus 1, it will give me negative 2 plus 3 divided by 3, which will give me positive 1 on 3. So if you multiply x to the power negative 2 on 3 by x, you get 1 on 3. Very simple as that. Very, very simple as that. Now let us continue. Okay, so here we are going to have x plus 3 to the power 6 divided by x to the power 2 on 3. Since this is negative, it comes down, it becomes positive. Times, yeah, let's multiply 2 by 3 and divide by 3. So we have x plus 3 plus 21x divided by 3. That is, we look for the LCM. The LCM is 3. So 3 goes into 3, 1. 1 times all this will give us what we have. And here this is over 1. 1 will go into 3. 3 times 7x will give us 21x. So we are going to have x plus 3 to the power 6 times 22x plus 3, all divided by 3 times the cube root of x squared. This is the same as cube root of x squared, or is the same as x plus 3 to the power 6 times 22x plus 3, all divided by 3 times x to the power 2 on 3. Wow. So here you see that you've used the chain rule or the composite function rule, and then you've also used the product rule in one question. Now let's look at the next question. What about this one? If I have y equal to square root of x divided by x plus 1. Wow. So this expression or this equation is the same as y equal to x divided by x plus 1 all to the power 1 out of 2. Wow. Which is the same as x to the power 1 out of 2 divided by x plus 1 to the power 1 out of 2 as my y. Now, to differentiate this function, what do we do? First, we can use the quotient rule because we have this term being divided by this. So we can use the quotient rule. But it will be a bit tedious. Now, we know that this one can be written as x to the power 1 out of 2 times x plus 1 to the power negative 1 out of 2. Wow. I hope you've remembered this from lesson 1. Yes. If this one goes to the top, it will become negative 1 out of 2. So now we can use the product rule. So here, what do? We will let u to be equal to x to the power 1 out of 2. The derivative of u, what I expect to x equal to 1 out of 2 times x to the power negative 1 out of 2. And then we will let v to be equal to x plus 1 to the power negative 1 out of 2. And the derivative of v, what I expect to x equal to, we will bring the power in front, negative 1 out of 2. We will differentiate the inner one. If we differentiate 1, it is 0. If we differentiate x, we get 1, so times 1. Then you multiply it by the inner expression, that is x plus 1. Then you subtract 1 from the power to get negative 3 on 2. Wow. I've said that if you not watched my video on shortcuts of how to use the chain rule, just check the description for that video. And this will give me negative 1 on 2 times x plus 1 to the power negative 3 on 2. Wow. So now let us apply the product rule. The derivative of y with respect to x will be equal to then, that is x plus 1 to the power negative 1 on 2 times the derivative of u with respect to x, 1 on 2 times x to the power negative 1 on 2 plus u, x to the power 1 on 2 times the derivative of v with respect to x, that is negative 1 on 2, x, let me bring dots to represent the terms, plus 1, negative 3 on 2. Very simple as that. Now, there's no need for expansion because this one has this power. You cannot multiply this one through. So, you can factorize. You have this one here and you have this one here. So what we are going to do is that we will factorize 1 out of 2 times x to the power negative 1 on 2 and then x plus 1 to the power negative 1 on 2 out. This place will remain 1 because this is what we have here and this is what we have here. So it will remain 1. Now here we have x to the power half here and we've factorize x to the power negative 1 out of 2 out. So what will remain? It will remain minus x. There's a minus sign here. So minus x. Why? Because this is negative 1 out of 2. So if I have negative 1 out of 2 plus 1, it will give me positive half. So if this place is positive half, minus half plus 1 will produce positive half. Very simple as that. Correct. So whenever you want to find what will be here, just add this to that. If you add this to that, it will produce 0. So subtract. Yes. If you subtract this from that, you get what will be here. Since you factorize, this is the power that we are talking about. So subtract this from that to see what will remain. So if you write 1 on 2 minus, and this is 1 which is also minus, you see that you get 1. That is what will remain. Now let's look at this one too. What will remain here? So you take negative half and subtract it from this. So you have negative 3 on 2 minus 1 on 2. That will give us negative 3 on 2 plus 1 on 2. And that will give us negative 2 on 2. And that is negative 1. Wow. So it will be negative 1. So you have x plus 1 to the power negative 1. So let's close the brackets. Very simple as that. So this is the same as 1 on 2. And then x to the power negative 1 out of 2 times x plus 1 to the power negative 1 out of 2 times 1 minus x divided by x plus 1. It is to the power negative 1, so if it comes down, it will be power positive 1. And power positive 1 is the same thing. So now let us continue. So here we are going to have this to be equal to 1 on 2, then x power half will be x power minus half will be x power half. X plus 1 power minus half will also come down to become x plus 1 positive half. Times, here the LCM is x plus 1, so we write x plus 1. Here we have 1, so 1 will go into this x plus 1, so we have here x plus 1 minus x. So this one will cancel this. we are going to have 1 divided by 2 root x times root x. Oh no, here we have x plus 1 to the power half and we have x plus 1. So we are going to have x plus 1 to the power 3 on 2. That is what we're going to have. Because you add the power 1 here to the 1. So you add the power 1 here to the power half. Half plus 1 is 3 on 2. So this is what our answer would be. Very simple as that. Now this answer can also be simplified further. But if you reach here, there's no need for you to go further. Because this also is the answer. Very simple. But if you want to go further, you can split this one to become x plus 1 to the power negative half times x plus 1 to the power 2. You see that you can split this one to become this. Let's see. If you add negative 1 on 2 plus 2, it will be negative 1 plus 4 on 2. And that will give us positive 3 on 2. So if you split this one this way, what will happen? This one will change to 1 divided by 2 root x times x plus 1 to the power negative 1 on 2 times x plus 1 squared. Now this one will become 2 square root of x divided by square root of x plus 1, because power negative half will become square root under. Or let's do it one after the other. It will become this. Correct. It will divide. Have you seen? So once it is dividing, the square root, the power half will become square root times x plus 1 squared. And we have square root dividing square root. So this one can be rewritten as, I want to do more simplifications for you to understand it very well. So we have square root, so this will become, this is what we have. This is the down one, the denominator. So here the final answer will become 1 divided by 2 square root of x divided by x plus 1 times x plus 1 squared. You can write the answer in this form. And you can also leave our answer here simple and go our way. Very simple as that. Now let's check the last example. This is the last example. This is the last example. The last example is if you have y is equal to x squared plus 1 divided by x squared minus 1 all to the power 3. Now this is the same as x squared plus 1 to the power 3 divided by x squared minus 1 to the power 3. So now, should we use the quotient rule? No, I don't like that. I don't want to be subtracting and be dividing. So I'll just bring this one to the top to get it as x squared plus 1 to the power 3 times x squared minus 1 to the power negative 3. Wow. Let's enjoy the lesson as my y. So here we take u to be equal to x squared plus 1 to the power 3. The derivative of u with respect to x will be 3 will come here. So 3, differentiate what is inside here. If you differentiate 1, you get 0. If you differentiate x squared, you get 2x. Times what is inside? X squared plus 1. Then subtract 1 from the 3 to get 2. So this will be 6x times x squared plus 1 all squared. Now we take v to be equal to x squared minus 1 to the power 3. And what will we get? The derivative of v with respect to x will be 3 will come here. If we differentiate this, we get 2x times the original one, x squared minus 1. Then, sorry, this will be negative, because this is negative 3. So this will give us negative 4. So this will give us negative 6x, x squared minus 1 to the power minus 4. Now we take the derivative of y with respect to x to be v. This is our v. X squared minus 1 to the power negative 3 times 6x times x squared plus 1 to the power 2 plus u. X squared plus 1 to the power positive 3 times minus 6x times x squared minus 1 to the power minus 4. So what do we do? This one is the same as 6x into bracket x squared minus 1 to the power minus 3 times x squared plus 1 minus 6x times x squared plus 1 to the power positive 3 times x squared minus 1 to the power negative 4. So here we are going to do factorization. So we have 6x being common, so I bring 6x out. Then I have power negative 4 here and power negative 3 here. So I'll bring the power negative 4 out. Wow, I have power positive 3 and power positive 1. So I'll bring the power positive 1 out. And what will remain here? 6x is here. So here it will remain x squared minus 1. Why? Because if I have x squared minus 1 to the power negative 4 times x squared minus 1 to the power positive 1, minus 4 plus 1 will give me the minus 3. So here we have this one. That's why we've done it like that. Wow. Then bring the minus sign. Here, power minus 4 is here already. 6x is here already. And here we have power 2. This is power 2. Yeah, that is right. We have power 2 here. So it's left with x squared plus 1 power 1. Very simple as that. Now let us proceed. So this will give us 6x. This is power negative 4, so it will come down to become x squared minus 1 to the power positive 4. Then you have x squared plus 1 squared. So here, what will happen is that positive x squared will cancel negative x squared. And you have minus 1 will give us minus 2. So this will become minus 12x times x squared plus 1 all squared divided by x squared minus 1 to the power positive 4 as our final answer. Thank you for watching and please support my channel. If you have not also subscribed, please subscribe to my channel. Bye bye.